seas to the lands of Africa, where she visited northern Uganda.
Her inspiration stems from the youth in developing countries fighting for a brighter future. Put your hands together for our final contestant, representing GlobeMed, with a speech titled, "You Gonna Love This," Megan Kennedy!
Copango. Hello everyone, my name is Megan Kennedy and I'm a third-year student here at UCLA. Now, one of my fellow contestants just asked me, how did you get stuck going last? And I said, I don't know, they just told me they saved the best for last. So what I really want to do is thank you for sticking around to listen to my story. Now, where to start? I suppose the best place to start is the night I met him. Yes, there was dinner involved, and yes, I had butterflies, but it might not be what you're thinking. He was married. Okay, now it's really not what you're thinking. You see, this very special man in my life was a man named Godfrey, who was a gynecologist from Uganda out here at UCLA visiting one of his colleagues. And although we only spent one night together, still not what you might be thinking. He changed the course of my UCLA experience and my life by helping me make a very important decision. I was going to Uganda. This all goes back to my first year at UCLA. As an eager newbie, not yet jaded by all-nighters, competitive classes, and organic chemistry, I was bright-eyed and looking for a way to save the world. That's when I found GlobeMed. Knowing little to nothing about global health or the fact that the UCLA chapter was in its founding year, I signed up my winter quarter. After a whirlwind of a first year filled with words such as sustainability, global health equality, and PEPFAR, among others, I discovered that I legitimately cared about global health. Now, it's okay if I lost you. Believe me, my whole first year, I was completely lost. And it really wasn't until my second year when things began to come together. That whole first year, it was just, you know, that club that I'm in. And when people asked what we did, I would just smile and say, really great things, you know, like global health stuff. But now I could talk about it for days. GlobeMed is an undergraduate student group that focuses on global health and the power of grassroots organizations. However, it is much more than a club. It's a movement. GlobeMed is a nationwide organization with chapters all across America, and each chapter has a partner that they work with year-round. The mission of GlobeMed is simple. GlobeMed aims to strengthen the movement for global health equity by empowering students and communities to work together to improve the health of the impoverished around the world. As members of the GlobeMed at UCLA chapter, we are a group of students dedicated to this mission. Together, we form a partnership with a community to make this vision a reality. Our goal in seeking out a partner is a grassroots organization at the heart of a community so that we can form a bond between our community here at UCLA and theirs. We aim to make sustainable change so that all the effects we make while on our trip will last much longer than our visit there. The way that we seek to achieve these goals are through three equally important routes. 1, fundraising. We work throughout the year to raise money for our partner for something that they believe will bring about positive change within their community. 2, education. It is only through educating ourselves about global health issues that we can strive to help those that they affect. And 3, Grow Trip. This is an initial assessment trip that will bring about communication and understanding between ourselves and our partner to figure out what we aim to accomplish together. Now, this Grow Trip thing is what brings me back to Uganda and Godfrey. GlobeMed at UCLA partners with the Amaru Youth Center in Anaka, Uganda. Together, we work to fight inequities in sexual health among adolescents of the Noya district. In order to best do this, we needed to send a group of our own students over there to see which ways we can best help. And I really wanted to be one of those people. However, the trip was costly since we fund the whole thing entirely ourselves, And my mother wasn't completely thrilled with the idea of sending her daughter to a war-torn country 9,300 miles away. While I was in love with the idea of traveling directly to our partner to see the work that we do in action, my heart wasn't fully into it until I met Godfrey at a dinner at the Ronald Reagan Hospital as part of Global Health Awareness Week. Hearing him talk so passionately about his country and the amazing work being done there to create a brighter future was hugely inspiring. I told him that I was thinking about going to Uganda that summer, and at the end of the night when he said, "I better be seeing you in Uganda, my friend," I knew right then and there that I just had to go. So I did. After fundraising with cupcakes that you're gonna love, and promising to email my mom every day whether or not we had internet and electricity, which I never quite figured out, I made it to Uganda and had a life-changing experience. Bombings in Kampala 2 weeks prior to our trip kept me from visiting Godfrey because we were advised to spend as little time as possible in the capital, but it is thanks to him that I made it there at all. After a month of meeting incredible people, developing sustainable projects with our partner, and exposing myself to an entirely different culture and way of life, I can truly say that I grew as a person and left a piece of my heart in Uganda. After 4 marriage proposals, falling in front of an entire village, and attempting to speak the local language Acholi, I think it is safe to say that I left my mark there as well. My favorite memory from the trip is gathering around a huge old tree in the center of the village, surrounded by local children who were trying to teach me how to whistle with my hands, like so. Okay, so I never quite mastered it. But it did teach me that you didn't have to speak the same language to communicate, since many of them didn't speak English, and that laughter is universal. It is when our new friends told us that they no longer refer to us as Mzungus, or white people, but rather white Acholis, that I knew that I had made an impact in their lives as well. GlobeMed has committed to help in the movement towards global health equality. 1 billion people across the world lack access to basic healthcare systems. With 50% of the population in Uganda under the age of 15 and 940,000 people living with HIV and AIDS, youth are the key to reducing the transmission of this disease. It is time that we end this suffering. Together, we can be the change. Afoyo Mutek, thank you.